We don't often speak to the larger, broader world.
They don't like to pick fights.
And then these articles start to appear. My name is David Zwiebel. I'm a rabbi. I am the Executive Vice President of Adugath Israel of America, which is a national Orthodox Jewish organization. There does appear to be a concerted effort that is currently taking place and has been taking place over the last number of months to find various aspects of Orthodox Jewish communal life, education, social activities, others, to portray it in a way which is very harsh and very negative. We are concerned that it's not only troubling but even dangerous to a certain extent, and something that we feel is simply unfair.
They feel demonized, justifiably, and would like people to get another side of the story since nobody else is actually articulating the other side of the story.
So after the first couple of articles appeared in the Times, we got together here at the headquarters of Adugath Israel of America, and we said, should we in some way engage the public, just as the Times engages the public, and present the correct and more appealing and proper view of whom we are and what we do. And that's when this new project, this new initiative called Know Us was born. And the reason we chose that name is because you won't know us if you just go by all the negativity you read in the New York Times. It was decided around that table that we needed to become a little bit proactive and depart from the strictures that we usually operate within, and announce to the world, you're being shown what an Orthodox Jew is. It's not an accurate picture. Know us. Look at what we have to say.
The Know Us campaign is really one of the very first times that I can remember in my many years of communal activism where we've gone so public in pushing back on a particular issue. And obviously, because of the environment and the climate that we as a Jewish community and an Orthodox Jewish community are finding ourselves with alarming rates of anti-Semitism, it was felt that something had to change. Just wringing our heads and saying it's terrible, and get more police protection, who we love, but it just simply wasn't happening.
To see what's happening in our beautiful world, in our community, and then to have the Times portray us in a way like we're in some sort of an amusement park funhouse with the mirrors giving you a distorted image of who you are. We know that's not who we are, and we resent that the Times is trying to portray us as something that we're not, and we resent that the Times is engaged in what appears to be a crusade. Don't ask me, I can't explain it, but a crusade to get people to consider Hasidic Jews in a negative light.
They visited a school where I know the kids in that school can read and write, and if they visited that school, they would have seen that the kids can read and write, but they felt that that would not match what they were trying to present, so instead they gave the school's test scores and said, look, these kids are illiterate. Any reporter who walked into the school would see these kids are literate, completely literate, and yet they portrayed it as if these kids were completely illiterate.
Number one, because they were generalizing from the experiences of individual schools. Number two, because it was all negative, not a word of positivity, right? And number three, the timing of it at a moment in our history when anti-Semitism was spiking so terribly.
I do know that they met with the New York Times together with other communal leaders to express their concern about how this is being reported, and were completely ignored.
There was a meeting arranged between several organizations and editorial leadership of the New York Times to express concern about the lack of balance that appears in these articles, and I was part of that conversation as well. And probably the Times would say that meeting was helpful and maybe led to a little bit more of a balance in subsequent articles, but I haven't seen it. We felt that the point had been reached where we couldn't simply sit back silently and write letters to the editor, which would be published or wouldn't be published, and so on. So when you're waiting in traffic in front of the Lincoln Tunnel, you'll see this big billboard and see that there's a Jewish community over here that is concerned about how they're being portrayed in the Times. One of the sites that was intriguing to us was a site very, very close to the New York Times building. I guess we didn't just want commuters stuck in traffic to know that we were concerned about the negative image that was being portrayed in the Times, but we wanted the Times to know that we were concerned. You want to know a little bit about Orthodox Jews? You can get whatever information you want from the Times, but get to really know us.